And we are live. This is the final countdown. We are 1 month and I believe 9 days away from the end of the regular season in the NBA. We are about to shift real heavy into March Madness and NCAA postseason. So we calling this the final show because we're not gonna be talking NBA for a while. So Trav is in the building. Ham is in the building. Subscribe to the YouTube. Ham, plug what you need to plug. And then we're going to get into sort of really
Sports
looking at this last month of the season.
Sports 56, 98.5 FM, Memphis, Tennessee. You can find the live stream on the YouTube and the Twitter. It's Sports 56 WHBQ. I rock out on the happy hour with Johnny Radio. I'm a producer on that show, as well as just an everyday contributor. I even have a segment on Mondays now that we're in knee deep into basketball season, and we got March Madness activities coming up and NBA playoff activities coming up after that. And I'm gonna make John, if we come to a deal in the WNBA, we're gonna talk some WNBA basketball this year, just because I'm on the happy hour. And those segments, as well as the views from the 22 segments, as well as Jorge. Shout out to Jorge from the Dish. He's back doing his thing on Wednesdays. All of those segments are sponsored by the good people at Cole's Dispensary in Steele, Missouri. They're just 1 hour away from us. I've been in the Cole's Dispensary sample pack this week, fellas. They take good care of us over there. Shout out to Memphis Mold Inspector Stan Moser. He just wanted me to shout him out too on the show. He's a good dude. I met him last week. And we'll carry on from there.
Trav, what's going on, man?
Everything good, man. I mean, what we got? 1 month left in the
Yeah.
NBA. It's on, man. It's hey, they jockeying for position now, man. We down to the final stretch. Let's see what we gonna do, man. Let's see the contenders from the pretenders.
Right. And that's what I really want to get into tonight is if you look at both conferences, the races are really similar. You got Detroit, you got Oklahoma City, you got Boston, you got San Antonio. And Boston and San Antonio, and those top two seeds look just about like that's what it's going to be. It doesn't look like there's going to be any movement there. And then you get to this pool of teams in the 3, 4, 5, 6 on both sides. So that's where we actually want to go. So let's start in the West. As of tonight, we got who's third in the West right now?
Denver.
So you got Denver 3. 4 is
I'm pulling it up as we speak right
okay.
now.
Yeah, pull it up.
That is, yeah. No, the Rockets are at 3. Ew. Rockets at 3. Timberwolves at 4. Denver is 5. Lakers is 6.
And
Which are
how far are who? I know who is 7? Phoenix, right?
yes.
How many games behind the Lakers are Phoenix?
I don't know what just happened to my thing, but there we go. There we got it. Oh, look. It was crystal clear. It ain't too many games. I want to say there it go. So the Suns from the Lakers from that 6 that's 2 games from the 7th spot.
All right. So the Lakers got a little bit of cushion. So I want to start. Let's start with here. It's been kind of interesting, Ham and Trav. I'm gonna get y'all thoughts. That the I don't even want to say the narrative. The vibes are not great with Houston and haven't been really good for a while. But yeah, here we are in the third seed. What if you think there's something wrong with Houston, what is it?
Point guard, black point guard. Somebody to just keep things settled, keep things in control, keep the flow going, and keep everybody in accountability on the defensive end. because that's where they can get really caught sleeping a lot of times. And I don't even want to point fingers. I let everybody know who it is. It's like it ain't no secret. But and they also got to keep their composure. They do a lot of little extra, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They can be like, settle down, just hoop. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of athletes. It may just be emotional cats though. You know what I'm saying? Like Tari Eason, for instance. Tari Eason getting it with somebody every week, but he can
Yeah.
hoop. But it's like it's got to settle down. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like what we mentioned. I want to say a few weeks ago about Detroit. You established that you with the shit. We get it, but don't take your eye off the ball. Don't lose. Don't continue to let the main thing be the main thing. Don't lose sight of what's really what it is. And it's deadly because they got an assortment of weapons to really roll with, and they still got KD. You know, you close down any part whenever it needs to be closed down.
Brad, we go to Minnesota, currently sitting at number 4. Anthony Edwards has really, there's a more mature side of his game that has kind of shown up in the last couple of weeks. Minnesota, but the only thing I have probably Minnesota, Trav, and bring you in here, they have some of the strangest losses. They lose just these. They're playing well, 3-4 in a row, and then they just lose to Portland for no reason. They'll lose to a Utah just for no reason. Where are you at with Minnesota?
Minnesota club too much, man. They club too much. They club way too much. Them folks they'll go to Sacramento, man, and will find a club. Won't come back to 5 o'clock. Knowing they now here's the thing. They'll come back at 5. Practice be in the evening at 12. But your game is at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Their Western time. See, they play so much, it be backfire. That's just them. If they lock in, of course, they can be one of the scariest teams in here. Because if you look at the standings, they have won more games than Houston. They have lost the same amount of games. Well, no, they lost one more. They lost one more, but they won more than them. That's why they're in 4. Because they actually can be in 3rd place right now. But they just party too much, man. I think they party too much, man. They go to the wrong town partying, man.
Denver, fellas, to me it reminds me of what our man Mo Schefter used to say about Tom Brady and what he says about Patrick Mahomes, and that because they're so great, you could just kind of surround them with anything and they'll make it work. Denver's lack of depth is not as scary for me. As great as Jokic is, and especially if Aaron Gordon. I think when Aaron Gordon has missed this much time, I don't know if he's gonna be right this season. And I just think, man, it's Jokic, it's Murray, and then it's what after that. Brown shows it in stretches. Julian Strawless sometimes. They don't have a reliable third man right now.
And for that very reason, I don't necessarily consider them a contender, but they're a hurdle. They're still a hurdle that you got to clear because you still got to deal with a dude that can snap off and go get 50. And I'm talking about Jamal in that sense. And Jokic can just do whatever the hell he want anyway. And when we talking playoffs, we talking extension of series. They can make something go 7 that's supposed to go 6.
Yeah.
And not just the physical toll on that, but the mental and emotional toll that it takes on you through the series. NBA playoffs is like the hell in a cell. It changes lives. when you go through them judges, especially them 6 and 7 game runs like that, you can't even expect whether you win or lose. You go through 2 or 3 of those in a playoff.
Yeah.
Especially those dynasty teams, because that's how they get their wear. You know what I'm saying? They wear down those games, those playoff runs start to creep up 25 games, 26, almost a full 28. You know, so and Denver is equipped to really make you sweat, if not beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And that even when they don't have the secure third option like they're accustomed to have.
I don't have much to say about the Lakers that hasn't already been said. I'll just say this. DeAndre Ayton, you got a lot of nerve throwing strays at Clint Capella. That's my only thoughts. You got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve.
You know, this next chapter of the Lakers, man, I just don't know, man. I don't know, man. They don't even seem real no more, man. The Clippers finna run LA even with their fake tree planting ass, man. It's like what we got going on out there, man. Mick Cronin out there cussing people out. I mean, what's up with LA hoop?
LA, only thing good going on in LA hooping is Lauren Betts and Kiki Wright.
See the whole thing. While I'm trolling LA hoops, I mean, I live in Memphis. I mean, shout out to Rose College. They number 1 in the power rankings. They headed to the D3 national tournament this week.
Shout out Rose College. Now, Ham, to your point about making the series go longer than it's supposed to, we switching over to the East. And you know what? It is strange. I thought I would never say this. One of the most dangerous teams in the East is your number 10 seeded Charlotte Hornets.
House money.
I will tell you this. If I am Detroit, I'm not saying Detroit should be scared of Charlotte. But what I am saying is, you talk about something that could go, when you are a contender, a number 1 seed, that first series, you got to get that out of there quickly. I don't think Detroit could get rid of Charlotte. If you are Detroit, you better hope that Hawks take care of the business in the play-in. Because we know they got smoke already. And I heard a stat today that Con Kniffel, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, y'all boy Diabetes. Diabate. And I forgot the fifth guy's name. Miles Bridges. That lineup is 18-2. And one of the games they lost was the fight with Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They ain't scared of nobody. Big Shot, I got an announcement to make.
Okay.
Charlotte Hornets are 9.
Yeah, they are 9. They're 9.
Still better hope Atlanta Hawks take care of their business.
And guess who's number 10?
Who?
Magic City's own Atlanta Hawks.
Hey. Detroit better be, if Charlotte is their 8th seed, be careful.
Hey, who the Hawks playing on Magic City tonight?
Orlando, the Magic.
Okay, why the hell Luke Cornett? Why are you concerned?
Yeah, man, Luke got to stay out of grown folks' business, man.
Hey, man, Luke don't 2 seed. He can say what he want right now.
Now, we talk about that 3, 4, 5, 6 group in the East. Trey, I'm gonna stick with you. Philadelphia 6, Toronto at 5. Who is the more, if you are Detroit or Cleveland or New Knicks, which is the more favorable matchup for 2 teams that got championship aspirations? And again, trying to get out of the series quickly.
For the Knicks, the Knicks,
Toronto, man.
The Knicks need to play. The Knicks need to they need to find a way to play Orlando. That's more
Yeah,
favorable for them. That's
Yeah.
more favorable.
yeah.
Reason being, I seen this, and I seen this past weekend playing the Knicks. When you in New York and it's chaos or the game is somewhat hectic, with 50-50 balls are out there, it favors the Knicks at home. It favors the Knicks at home. I seen it. I seen it firsthand. I seen it. I was like, this is how they win. They win with it being a little bit of chaotic, a little bit of stuff go their favor, and they get 50-50 balls. When they get those 50-50 balls, and you in that atmosphere in New York, in Madison Square Garden, stuff start dropping. You got Mikal Bridges being your second option all of a sudden. That's what you don't want.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't need no third or fourth man being your second option. No, that ain't it. But for yes, whoever the Knicks, Cavs, and Raptors, if they can find a way to play the Magic, that's their best option. Because if they play the 76ers, they're going to give them a run for their money. Because
The
the process is coming.
76ers have just enough firepower with Process and Maxey to make a series longer than it's supposed to go.
And don't forget, Paul George will be off their suspension.
Paul George coming off the suspension. Hopefully everything is well with him. Cleveland, Ham, what'd you think?
Ooh. It's really gonna depend. This is a fresh look that we kind of getting with James Harden, where he ain't got to sit on the ball, and this time he actually has a perimeter guy that can go get it. But he's really probably better served in this role because you still got to account for him, and then he got a couple bigs that he can rock with. They got hoopers around them. They just got to pretty much go hoop. Kind of want to say the same thing with them is that they've been not a contender, but a big ass hurdle.
Yeah.
But they kind of may be a fringe. I say a fringe contender because it really just depends on who they get matched up with too. I understand why they had to move on from Darius, but there was an upgrade for what they did. Shout out to Jared Allen with the Black History Month. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, that man got most improved all of a sudden, man.
Right.
Have y'all seen his point and rebound differential from before Harden and after Harden?
I mean,
It's
he did
like
that really all February.
I'm talking about it's like 8 point difference and
Yeah.
a five rebound difference from then and now.
It was a good deal for them because Dennis can actually put the pressure on people in the playoffs too. You know what I'm saying? Just he can go get that bucket, that time in the
Hey,
bucket, that time in the play.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Cleveland, New York in the second round
Oh
for
my
just
God.
that reason.
Oh
Cause,
my God.
cause Jose Alvarado and Dennis Schroeder would be pure cinema off
Yes.
that pine. They feisty, they scrappy, they not scared. I think that would be awesome. Boston, hey, Boston is now you talk about a house money team. It's Boston because they solidly in second. They may get Tatum back, but they've already developed this field for without him. And man, I'm with And they got the one thing, they got the know-how. They got the
Yeah.
experience. Detroit is still my favorite to get out of the East, but Boston, I think Boston for this, that is a tough conference final opponent potentially if it's Boston.
I was looking at something that popped up on my memory of Facebook, and it showed. I made a chart about the Boston Celtics. It was their playoff road wins since 2008.
Yeah.
Them guys was 21-47. Ever since then, not including the postseason. Boston has done a good job taking care of the teams that they supposed to take care of on the road.
Mm-hmm.
On the road. That Laker team, they just demolished them though. They didn't come to play. But everybody else that they didn't play on the road, just look at their road record this year compared to other seasons, latter seasons, like from 06, 07, 08, and stuff like that. They have won plenty of road games to get where they at right now. They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat, and they're competing against the teams they're supposed to compete with. And then what so happened? They stay in the game, and they're surrounded by 3-point shooters. So
And the thing with Boston's not going to beat themselves.
no.
You have to beat them. Boston ain't gonna give you anything.
Mm-hmm. No, sir. They gonna hoop.
And they do it with a bunch of dudes, especially the dudes off the bench. It was like, man, one of them dudes on that night when they played the Lakers on Sunday night, like, who the hell is this dude starting? I forgot his name already. It was a little
You
white
talking
dude.
about number 55, the left hand cat.
He was blocking.
He was shoot him and Peyton Richards. Him and Peyton Richards was having an all white affair in February.
This man looked like he helped develop the NBA 2K game.
Yeah.
He come in pride.
They bring in Pritchard. They bring in Gonzalez. They bring in Vujasevic.
That's what I like about Joe Mazzulla. That's what I'm saying. Just Joe Mazzulla, the type of dude that'll put his staff up against the media.
Hey, Joe say I'm not. I don't come to these press conferences to play these games with you all.
Right. What? He ain't playing with these.
I'm playing with these games with you. Detroit. All I want to see in the last month from Detroit is simply this: second ball handler, second creator at the end of the game. Who is it?
That's a great question, Big Shot.
Who is it? That's what I want to see from them the last month.
That's a great question.
I think if you're JB Bickerstaff, not that of course you're not trying to lose game on purpose, but this is your time to use this last month to figure out closing lineups. Who's gonna close games? We know Ham's younger cousin, who I believe is MVP. But you got him, you got Durant. But who's gonna be the other three that close games with them on a regular in the playoffs? That's to me what the last month for Detroit is.
I'm with you on that, Big Shot. I am with you 110%, especially with the closing part. Because last year, that was their issue.
Yep.
Knowing how to close games. Yeah. It was too many games they was leaving in limbo to where they tied and going to overtime and they ran out of gas or they can't get that stop.
Mm-hmm.
They have been doing that well so far at 45-15. They've been doing that well. But it's teams like it's teams like Oklahoma City. It's teams like San Antonio Spurs. it's teams like Houston that they have had a trouble with finishing. Finishing.
finishing games.
They have had a little slight issue because Oklahoma City can match up man to man no matter what. San Antonio got a 7-5 eraser. It don't matter. Just he a one man zone. And of course, Houston got the Slim Reaper.
Yeah.
They gotta know how to close.
How to close
That's the
it.
thing. Know how to close against those type of teams.
And that may be a part of what their playoff journey is all about. Filling those gaps, holes, learning who's what, and if they have that or not.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have it, then it's something that needs to be addressed, you know what I'm saying, so they can continue forward. Now, especially with how thin of a window that everybody got in general, it's like you already gained gap with like one shot in the playoffs to miss.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come back the next time, and you got to hit the. You got to get it right.
Yeah,
Oklahoma City is a good example of such. They missed in 2024. They fixed what they needed to fix. They had things pretty much rolling on their side. They closed out. They went through some stuff. And well, I ain't gonna say in the finals they got challenged, but maybe this time they get like a real fight going before the finals. Just depending on what kind of the matchup is. That's what's going to be fun about the playoffs to me is just how the stories are told and then how the residue goes over from year to year. As I said, it's like the head of the tail, man. It changes lives.
Yeah, and to round it off, we gotta talk about the alien. And for me, this is history versus the oddity. History says this young Spurs team is not supposed to win this early. History says you're not supposed to. But they got the oddity. And not only do they have the oddity in Victor, they have the surrounding parts that work. When you talk about Castle, Keldon Johnson, Barnes, Fox, Harper, like, again, history says you got to go through some stuff. I don't know if they have to.
Probably because they bought the damn game genie.
They gonna go through it. You know what they gonna go through? Physical play.
Okay.
That's what they're gonna go through. Physical play. That's what happened to them again when they got chaotic and everything. It was the physical play that had a lot to do with it. But it's kind of like with the Spurs, the head of the snake. You chop the head of the snake, the body will fall. But here's the problem with it. Last year they couldn't hide it. This year they can hide it. They can hide it. And as long as he's healthy, he's falling down and getting back up. And that's what gives them hope when he gets up. It's not when he fall down, when he get back up. Especially in San Antonio. When they at home and he studied getting back up, he blocking shots. He's zone in the middle. He's shooting three from the timeline. Castle doing the whole driving and throwing the ball up, and he just grabbing it out the air. He just doing whatever he want. That gives all them guys confidence. And I don't know if y'all seen the game last night, but Devin Vassell shooting the cover off that rock.
I didn't
Oh
mention
my
Vassell.
God.
Vassell. They got the ability to maybe skip a step. maybe. But we're gonna see. So look, that is the last month of the NBA season preview for you. So I'm gonna just run it down for y'all. Conference tournament championship previews next week. The full boat tournament preview on the 18th. The 25th, we're gonna preview the Elite Eight. And the week after that, we preview the Final Four. It
Yes,
is
sir.
NCAA postseason heavy for the next 4 shows. Get your brackets out. Change the batteries in your remote for this weekend. Make sure your batteries are fresh. Cause we about to hit the most wonderful time of the year. Remember,
Lord.
Ham, plug it again.
Sports 56, 98.5. You can find the live stream on Twitter. You can find it on YouTube at Sports 56 WHBQ. Rocking out with the happy hour from 11 to 1. That's Central Time. Also, I do the production on the morning show, Sports 56 Mornings with Greg and Eli. Talk a little NBA and college basketball with them this time of year as well. So they plug me in to join in on those segments. And y'all know how it gets addressed. 94 Feet of Life is represented over there all day, every day.
Oh, shout out to our main man, Coach Les, 105 Hoops. Make sure you follow 105 Hoops for all pre-draft
Yes,
coverage.
sir. Yes,
Player
sir.
comp.
We're gonna have Coach Les back on probably within the next week or so. He'll be
Yeah.
joining me.
Mock draft, player comps, stats, player profiles, everything. This 2026 draft class is going to be a great one. We covering it. We'll see you next week, March Madness. But hey, we are in the home stretch of the NBA. Basketball for the people, by the people. Signing out.